through.
I have stories of the trouble for you.
I just had an epiphany. Hope is the same thing as worry, just the positive version.
Yeah, I do. I also think like it is to hope so much that the thing hinges on it. It's the same as the theater thing of like, don't expect that your performance is going to go perfect, because that's when it's especially not going to. It's the same thing with, I think, attending anything now. Don't expect that it's even going to happen, because that's when it's not going to. Go in the whole time with like, no. And I feel that I've been preparing for this my whole life, because I've always been such a pessimist, and that's always seemed like a negative thing. But now, honey, the tables have turned, and it's my moment.
Look at Brandon. Wasn't it 48 hours before the Tool show?
Oh, yeah.
You were convinced it wasn't going to happen.
No, I was not excited until the morning of.
And then it turns out to be the best show you've ever seen.
It was.
So I'm hoping now in Las Vegas that the When We Were Young tour is now going to turn into When We Were Canceled tour.
So Adele makes this tearful announcement, and there were a lot of fans. I think these were the fans who weren't ever going to go. A lot of fans who were saying, "Oh, don't beat yourself up. We love you. That's so nice." I'm thinking, "Oh yeah, because you didn't have tickets."
I love her, I do, and I wouldn't want to put any hateful comments. We don't need more of that crap in the world. But I would be sitting there, what you had said a few minutes ago, I would be sitting there going, why now? Why not yesterday? Why not a week ago? Like, why right now? Like, last minute, right now. I personally would feel like no thought was put into all the people that are traveling. Like, if you knew this a week ago, that would give people time to not go, to readjust, to not already be there. Like, to me, it would be like you didn't have any thought of people that are... Do you think it's easy for people to pick up and do this? You know, it isn't.
When you're making $685,000 a night, yeah, you do. Look, I'm sure there's more to it. We've already touched on that. None of this makes any sense. I don't know that it'll ever come out.
Yeah.
But certainly there's nothing that explains why 24 hours before the beginning of a residency you postpone the entire thing. The scuttlebutt out of Vegas is that they're going to push the beginning of it now back to April. So the people that are supposed to go tonight will have tickets for April 15th or whatever, and then everything will progress
Or
from
they'll
there.
sell them because they can't go, right?
So, most of the fans, or not most, a lot of the fans, though, that reacted were, of course, beyond. Some were from devastated to infuriated. Infuriated for the last-minute reasons.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Devastated
Yes.
because they had their hopes up.
Oh, finally something happy.
And a few media outlets tracked down a few people like Amy Campbell, a medical professional from Tulsa, Oklahoma, who was in Las Vegas, says, quote, "I know how hard it is to put on a show, especially with a pandemic, but it's also hard to save enough money to get time off work from a hospital that is short-staffed, book a flight and a hotel, fly in 2 days early, and find out 30 hours before the show when we're already here that the reason we came for it is not going to happen."
And everything this person's already dealt with COVID. They're in the medical industry. This poor person needed this.
And she's
Jesus.
she's super screwed because somebody who has tickets, like somebody locally, like me, right? Go back to that example. At least I would still have time to postpone or cancel my flight, potentially postpone, depending on the room reservation you have. There, some of them are 24 hours.
Yeah.
Postpone, cancel. She's there. She's out the airline ticket. She's out the hotel. She's out the vacation time.
Yep. Yeah, see, when we're close enough, I know it's what's the hours? 8 hours? No, what's the drive to Vegas?
I mean, depending on how fast you drive, 7 days.
A person could have already originally been like, okay, flying's weird. We could drive, though, right? You have that this girl doesn't. She's in Oklahoma. I mean, she needed a lot of time off.
Well, she can watch the fountains at the Bellagio. It's almost as fun.
And if anybody that's there, their only choice is to make the best of it.
Yeah.
But it ain't going to include Adele, which was the reason.
What about the Blue Man Group? Don't they still party down there and do shows?
Yeah. See, that makes me think.
Oh, perfect.
Are they trying to make people feel better with stuff like this. I'm wondering.
Oh, see, Caesar, the concierge is coming up. Oh, how about we send you to Blue Man?
Or
drink
Chris
about it.
Angel.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, yeah. Mind Freak, Carrot Top, or you could just walk up and down Fremont and take pictures with
my
Hello
God.
Kitty. She's a little yellow, but that's okay.
Do Donnie and Marie still do a show there? Remember
Oh,
when
gosh.
they
I think
used
so.
to?
Yeah.
Who are they?
Oh gosh, I
yeah,
remember
Google
being
that.
So
wasted when I was like 15, just staring up at Donnie Marie, 50 stories high on the Flamingo.
Yeah, those billboards of them have been. I feel like they've been around since y'all were little kids, and I'd be going there to visit. I'm just like,
Where else are they gonna go?
Exactly.
You know everybody in that showroom was a comp. Oh, you lost 10 grand at the table? How about you go see Donnie and Marie? Because you're so right. That's so Vegas. Oh, you can't see Adele. That's okay. Carrot Top's down the street. I love that. You're just feeding my Schadenfreude. Because you know that they're so angry. And they're so... By the way, there's this backstory, too, about how Adele said in her announcement, anybody who can't go, the tickets will be refunded, blah, blah, blah. But Ticketmaster has made no announcements, or they haven't told anybody how you can get
Oh,
refund.
yeah, that's not up to her.
And these tickets are not cheap, as we went through, for between $85,000 and $12,000 for original price. There was also a guy from Great Britain named David who posted a photo from outside Caesar's Palace just after the show was canceled with the caption, "Christmas gift gone. My wife and daughter are on a plane to come meet me in Vegas, and Adele has just canceled."
No.
That's my favorite one.
That's awful.
Dude comes from Great Britain.
Oh,
He's outside
Jesus.
Caesar's. His wife and kid are on the way. And
No.
she says, "Sorry, chaps. The whole thing is off."
I could not bear the burden of all of that. And maybe she's just beside herself. I don't know, but all the people that were like, "Oh my God, this is my job for the next few months."
Right?
Hello, not now.
Oh, God.
I mean, there's a lot of jobs there.
Right?
A lot
And
of jobs for just this one thing.
A lot of those people that were there to work for her, with her at Caesar's, they traveled to be there. It's
Yeah.
it's not like Caesar's staff just suddenly does this. They have a staff, but especially when you're Adele,
Yep.
you bring your own people from
You're-
around the world.
Yeah, and you're not getting paid. They're not paying you if you're not working.
Theoretically, I don't know how those
That's
things
true.
work.
I don't know either. Hey,
And-
you know what? Some of these stars are pretty damn generous, and maybe they do still pay them.
I mean, I'm sorry about the show, folks, but you could walk around the Forum shops. H&M's 3 stories high. You'll love
There
it.
you go.
Here's some drink totes.
Oh, yeah. Here's some drink tickets, and Piranha is down the street.
Here's a few coins to go gamble.
And of course, some meal passes.
Oh, to the buffet.
Not to the fine restaurants. Well,
no.
if that particular casino has a buffet.
That's right. Yeah.
We can't
COVID.
forget Pawn Stars. If you bring something, you can go pawn it.
There you go.
Or buy some cool
There's
stuff.
the bathhouse,
See?
Ooh.
Encounters, or
Yeah.
what is it? Encounters in something. I think it's Encounters.
Are you into hookers? It's legal here, man.
There's a swingers club
It's a
called the Green
job.
Door.
Yeah, and then the Red Rooster.
And by the way, if it comes out that the real reason the show is canceled is something horrible's going on with Adele, that doesn't change how happy I am right now.
Yeah.
Because those two things are completely unrelated.
Yeah.
This has nothing to do with Adele. This has to do with all of the people. And you got to remember, there's so much of it. It's not just the British guy
Rob.
who's outside of Caesar.
Wrong.
This because she's just postponed the whole thing. People that have tickets in March are devastated this morning. They've planned their entire
Yes.
thing.
He's so freaking
All we
excited.
have to do because
Yeah, but those people got nothing on this poor guy
No.
whose family's in the air, and he's already there.
they don't. But remember, suffering is relative. They don't look at it that way. They're not waking up this morning going, "Well, babe, at least we weren't already there from Great Britain." They're going, "Oh my God, this is all we
So
have."
this is your entertainment right now during COVID season.
Oh.
Other people suffering.
People that get their hopes
The
up,
hopes up,
yes. I take no joy in suffering as a result of things this is fantastic. And especially because pre-COVID, we all lived our lives with goalposts. It's something we talk about, right? You're supposed to live in the now, be present. But it's human nature. We would plan vacations and we would work for them, towards them.
Yeah.
Everything mattered about it. Now more than ever.
Oh,
which is
Jesus.
why that couple that had those tickets in March is literally deciding who's going to do murder and who's going to do suicide right now. It is so great.
God.
Odd.
That's so sad. Adele was was crying.
Yeah, I mean, she was blubbering. It was
Yeah.
ugly crying.
And she was using $100 bills to wipe her tears off her face.
And there are people accusing her, of crocodile tears and all of that because
but she's never proven to be a bad person.
especially because she has a history of canceling shows recently.
Oh, does she?
And also because of what we talked about, how nonsensical the cancellation is. Her explanation is what gets her in trouble here. Because everybody turns their head sideways and goes, COVID and you were waiting on something, but now the whole thing's off?
Everybody's hopes getting let down is Rob's form of joy, and Rob's Grinch-like joy is my form of joy.
So you say she's been canceling. This has been a thing.
Yeah, she canceled her Wembley shows in 2017 and never rescheduled them.
See, I'm wondering if she has not learned how to say no. Like, she gets herself into these things, but like going on these tours is not her thing. Right? Like, some people don't have to. I mean, clearly she can make money without going on tour. Other people, that helps. That helps them make the cash. Maybe she's just not this person that enjoys or whatever it does to her to perform in front of people.
She's talked before about her anxiety.
Yeah.
I mean, and again, I don't care. If all this is a panic attack, still look at the joy it brings me.
Yeah.
Hopefully Adele can channel some of this joy if that's all
Well,
this is.
that's what I was about to say. Maybe she shares the cynical fun like you do,
Oh.
and maybe psychologically she's made it to the top. Where you can only have so much fun. Like you've been there, done that, done everything. Now her only form of joy is disappointing the world.
Those Brits can have some like pretty like mean humor.
That would be the only thing that could make me love Adele more if that ever came out. That she intentionally did this
I was
sadistic.
bored.
Man.